Good morning everyone, I'm up quite early. This is definitely early for me for a Saturday because I'm taking Louis to the airport, but he doesn't seem to have packed. So we're off to the airport now. Looking forward to your trip, Louis?
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. I only got 1 hour sleep because I was getting my hair neatened up. Look.
Oh cool, yeah, that does look good actually. So we've arrived. Steve's here. Have a great time, guys.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I'm excited.
So I've now got to try and get back to Bookham by before 9 o'clock because I have a meeting and it's actually my turn to take the notes at the meeting, so I can't be late. And I have 35 minutes, and there's these roadworks. There's definitely a VW convention going on somewhere. These VW combis. Look, there's so many of them. I think I'm going to make it in time, but I've got to park up as well. I've come out of my meeting and it's really rainy. The sky was really blue a little while ago.
Oh look, the deer on the left. With those trees, with the antlers. Look at that fantastic stag.
Yeah, nice deer. 1, 2, 3, 4.
See, the leaves are looking up and along it.
That's a 12-pointer. That's a Princess Di roundabout.
I think so.
Oh, I thought it was in...
That's in Hyde Park, isn't
I
it?
thought it was in Hyde Park.
I thought that was the way she's got another thing there.
The Sackleries came this way on the one occasion. And it was evening, late evening, and it was dusk. And we could look at them all. Yeah. And the deer had been on the right hand. We were going down the left hand side of the river. And the deer had been on the right hand side of the river. And they saw us and they started running, and
Towards you or away?
those in front of us started running away from us and across the road in front of us from right to left. All the others behind followed them, and there must have been 1,000 or more. An incredible, it's a
Wild deer.
continual stream of deer, yes.
Just got back from a really nice time out with my parents, taking them somewhere completely different. It was nice driving through Bushy Park and seeing the deer and all that kind of thing. and because we've got an evening on our own, Darcy's gone out, Louie's gone away, we picked up some really nice food from Waitrose and we're just going to have a nice time together, and need to start cooking then. Oh, we've just had a really relaxing evening in on our own, which is quite a rare thing because Darcy's been out and Louie's away, and we had a delicious dinner that Ben cooked, and I saw him take a photograph of it, so I think he's going to Instagram it, but it was a really nice steak and it's very delicious. And we just watched this film on Netflix, I don't know if you can see it from here, The Out of Towners, but they've got completely the wrong picture. So the one that we watched was the 1970 version with Jack Lemmon, and they've got the picture of the 1999 Steve Martin and Goldie Hawn one on there. But yeah, I would thoroughly recommend it. It's just hilarious. I won't give you any spoilers, but yeah, just lots of light-hearted nonsense. I'm really enjoying the classics collection that they've got on Netflix in the UK. It's just really good. Things like The Odd Couple and things like that. So that's really cool. So it's been quite a hectic day. It probably doesn't seem like it from the vlog, but I had a really good meeting this morning because I have been struggling to know what project to use for my university course that I'm doing. I'm doing this course it's a certificate in higher education in charity and social enterprise leadership, and I originally started doing the course because I was working with this charity that we had gone to Brazil with, but that didn't work out, so it's been a bit frustrating. But I also am on the resourcing team for overseas workers for our church, and the guy who's the chairman is actually moving back to Brazil next year, and the last two modules that I've got on my university course are HR and social impact, which is exactly what that is all about. And so we need to kind of have a plan of how we are going to replace him. It might not be like one person, it might be, you know, how do we share out the responsibilities that he's been taking. So it's kind of perfect for my university project. So I'm very pleased about that, but it's going to be lots of work, but it'll be for a good purpose, so I'm pleased. And it was really good taking my mum and dad somewhere different today, although we were just sitting in lots of traffic all the time going to Kingston. I just thought we need to go somewhere where we're not going to be walking out in the rain, but by the time we got there with all the traffic, it was beautifully sunny anyway. So we went to John Lewis's. It's not the sort of thing I would choose to do, but it was just something different, and we were able to park inside and then walk into the shop, and then we drove back via Hampton Court, so we had a little spin round Bushy Park at the same time and saw lots of deer and stuff. And it's just really good for my parents getting out and seeing something different. And they were saying they haven't been in Kingston for 5 years. It's really tricky when you get older, so I think it's really important, being family together and looking after one another. Anyway, I'm rambling on. Okay, see you tomorrow.